All right, as promised, made a trip out to the range. Took a variety of Creedmoor ammunition. It's about 6.5. It's been accumulating in the cabinet. I had the Hornady 140 grain ELD. They call it extra low drag, I think. Match grade ammo. Hornady Blacks, which is also 140 grain boat tail ammunition. Winchester match, 140 grain boat tails. And then Sig Sauer Elite Performance ammunition, match grade centerfire cartridges, also 140 grain. So they should be pretty similar. We'll get a little bit in the weeds here. I don't want to get too far in the weeds. I did a lot of shooting today, so we'll show you how it kind of all shook out. Maybe this will help you make a decision when you're buying your ammunition. All right, so we started off the day. I thought the rifle should have been on at 100, okay? And I'd been shooting the blacks. We started off with the Winchester ammunition. Right there, it's pretty tight. Sig Sauer, 6.5 ammunition. Another decent group, right? Probably not quite as tight. I can run this stuff through sub-MOA and get more specifics. Shot the blacks, and I noticed before when I was out at 200 this thing seemed to be a little bit low, and this may explain why. I did not try to zero anything at this point. We were just shooting really for the groups. And then here's the ELD match, right? So they're all really pretty similar, frankly. I mean, we're talking about a ½ inch deviation. I really thought the gun liked the blacks the most when I started this. The group kind of bears that out. This is shooting through the Mossberg MVP Precision with the medium bull barrel. I really like the gun. So we got some groups that look like it was kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other, right? I really want to just settle on one bullet and keep it and then be done with it. So we went ahead and after we realized, okay, look, these are all pretty close. Let's take them out to 200 and see how we do. Here's the Winchester at 200. When I shot, I realized all these groups were a little bit high, so I ended up going back to the 100-yard range and realized that somehow in my final adjustments, I had made some adjustments here after those 4 groups that I shot. Somehow I adjusted the thing the wrong way. So instead of being 2 inches high at 100, which is where I want to be 0 at 200, I somehow was 4 inches high at 100 exactly. So if you're off by 2 inches at 100, you're probably off by 4 inches at 200, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So imagine this group shifted down 4 inches. Not a bad group. These 2 bullets are good. I got one that's a little bit outside at 200 on the Winchester. Then I shot the blacks. Here's what they did at 200 yards, right? Again, all this stuff you'd have to mark down 4 inches, in which case, again, these blacks seem to be shooting a little bit low, right? Then I shot the ELDs out of the groups. This one I think is probably the worst. They're kind of strung out along that line. I wasn't super pleased with how that looked. And then I shot the SIGs, and I think the Sig Sauer bullets might actually be the least expensive of all these. So sadly we don't have the marks, but if we take the center of this group roughly and we go down 4 inches, that's pretty close to being on bull at 200. The group is pretty tight. That's a 200-yard group, knowing that I am 4 inches high because of a miscalculation. I think this is going to be the winner. I did then, once I realized I had made this error, go back to the 100-yard range. And in all these cases, I was aiming right here to get me 2 inches high, right? So you see the SIG group. This was one shot before I made an adjustment. Then I shot 3. Here's the ELDs. Here are the blacks. And then this is a staple pull mark. Here is the Winchester group. So ceteris paribus, The ELDs seem to do okay, but they open up more at 200 in my experience. The blacks did okay, but you know, just about as well as the ELDs. The Winchesters were a little bit further out of the group. Really, it appears that the clear winner is that SIG ammunition. And not only is it the winner at the 100, but it seems to carry its trajectory the way it's supposed to out to 200. So if you are good, if you are 2 inches high at 100 on those bullets, that means 2 inches high at 100, you are right on at 200. You are good on maximum point blank range all the way to 250, and then you are under at 300, which is pretty easy to remember. I like easy math, easy things to remember. We ran a lot of brass through. Again, all of these shots were taken from the lead sled with 2 minutes in between shots to cool the barrel, and then in between ammo changes or string changes, I gave the gun about 8 to 10 minutes to rest, except on those 200-yard shots. I did not give the barrel much time to rest because it was starting to get late in the day and I'd been there forever. So the barrel was getting hot, I'm sure, and this was, the SIG group was actually the last one that I shot, and I think it was the best under the worst, probably, gun conditions. It was right as rain in terms of left to right, and then remembering that I was, due to user error, off by 4 inches. We were really right in here, and I think I'd take that. So pretty good day at the range. I think the SIG is going to be the winner, and I think it's actually the least expensive of the bunch. Hope this helped you guys. If it did help you make an informed decision, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep this content coming. Thank you. Bye.